know that many lives are lost each year to the harvesting of avocados in Mexico? Avocados were first imported to the US in the 1990s. It has been estimated that Americans consume more than 100 million pounds of avocados during the 2018 Super Bowl alone. Over 45% of all the avocados are imported from Mexico. Mexican municipalities must be certified by the U.S. Department of Agriculture to import their crops. Most of these municipalities are concentrated in Michoacan. Avocados are known to be the superfood by nutritionists. Avocados, according to the data provided by the USDA, are loaded with healthy monosaturated fats. They are rich in fiber. They contain vitamin K, vitamin E, potassium, magnesium, which makes them a favorite for those millennials who are diet focused. According to the USDA again, avocados contain more potassium than bananas. And just a 3.5 ounce serving packs 14% of the recommended daily allowance. A study by Carranza et al. Found that avocado-enriched diets have a positive effect on blood lipids compared to low-fat, high-carbohydrate diets or the typical American diet. Lately, avocados are being used for more than just guacamole. They're being used in shakes, they're being used in baking, and even in coffees. According to notes in his preface to A Fresh Start, as the world attempts to fight the virus and bring the pandemic under control, farmers continue to adapt to the new grisly reality, striving to learn from the devastation left behind and learn new ways to move forward. This past year has impacted many farmers. With the pandemic still making its presence known and fear of new variants, farmers face more obstacles for harvesting and exporting. New guidelines for food safety handling have been implemented worldwide. Hope is in sight with more people being vaccinated and returning to work. Supplies remain scarce, as are workers. While the pandemic was in full force, refrigerated containers were being used to store bodies and thus cannot be used to transport avocados. Despite all of these obstacles, the earning potential remained constant throughout the pandemic. Avocados have become a favorite staple on Instagram and TikTok, especially while most of us were quarantined. The Michoacan region of Mexico is an area with vast, highly fertile volcanic land. Avocado trees require plenty of supervision, but once they take off, they do quite well. Avocado trees require much more water to survive than a regular forest and direct sunlight as a result. Problems arise with deforestation. And deforestation in Michoacan occurs at a rate of 2.5% per year. As farmers spread their crops up into the mountains, the pesticides spill downwards into the streams, causing havoc for the streams, the rivers, and lakes. They become polluted, and the chemicals used to prevent disease in tender plants and mature trees. The farmers, once the farmers have money-producing trees, they tend to want to expand, cutting down other trees like pine, for example, which are vital for other, for wood making and building and other things like that. So some farmers intentionally set fires to their lands to clear the way for new trees. Avocado trees, actually. Avocados are by and large one of the most sought out fruits in the United States. Avocados are big business in Mexico. The state of Michoacan alone exports the majority of the fruit to the tune of over $3 billion a year. In Mexico, the locals refer to the avocado as green gold. Concern for the collapse of the Mexican state and the inability for the government to control its territories from violence, the locals have lost trust in the Mexican military. This paranoia is from the military being accused of working in collusion with criminal organizations and violating human rights. Extortionists pursue farmers and their families, charging them for every kilo they export. The Caballeros Templarios had been the main cartel enforcing dominance and causing devastation to the area until more recently when the Viagra stepped in. Several areas in Mexico pay their own policing power, reducing the number of encounters with extortionists and reducing the murder rate of these farmers and their families. Lately, there has been a great force and a positive movement by government encouraging local farmers to stray from growing, like say the poppy seeds and marijuana, to growing avocados instead, to discourage all the criminal element that comes with that. There has been much controversy with the media bringing light to the debate of buying avocados, formerly known as blood avocados. And this is because they're named the blood avocados because of all the killing and the mayhem that comes from just growing and growing and selling this fruit. In 2001, there was much talk about boycotting avocados to fight cartels. Many became enraged, asking for the Mexican security forces, like their military, to do their jobs and stop illegal activities instead of punishing the farmers and their businesses. This subject is of great importance to me, for my family has been in the farming business for generations. I am a member of an extended family of avocado growers and hold ties to the Asociación Agrícola Local de Productores de Aguacate in Uruapan, Michoacán, Mexico. We are a small community of local farmers who have the same interests and meet several times a year hoping for the same outcome. We have been blessed in part to have gained and profited from the sales of the avocado, but at the same rate, I have lost many family members who refuse to pay quotas and taxes to the cartels. There is no getting out of pain. Cartel members come and go with our product without repercussions from policing authorities. The cartel will murder farmers and proudly display their tortured bodies at the entrances of their farms to discourage others from protesting. It saddens me to state that most of the males in our families have been murdered, leaving women behind to deal with these monsters who have taken the lives of our grandfathers, husbands, workers, and our land. Many of our families bring our children to the U.S. in an attempt to keep them safe and free from harm.